preserve, educate, connect. With hands-on programs, one-of-a-kind artifacts, immersive exhibits, and giant screen 3D films, the Putnam Museum brings the world to our region's residents and brings learning to life. Every year, the Putnam partners with more than 100 school districts to educate in unique and lasting ways. Putnam visits connect friends and families with activities that inspire and deepen understanding. For nearly 150 years, Putnam experiences have enriched the lives of people of all ages who live and work in the Quad Cities area. For former President Jim Lardner, the Putnam provided an important connection early in life.
My grandfather was a collector of various kinds of things. He was a marvelous teacher. He was a marvelous man. He'd read to us. He'd come across something in what he was reading they thought might be in the museum, so we get in the car and go down, and he said, "This is what I was talking about." I just love that museum. They did such a good job. If you can possibly arrange things in a museum so that people can reach out and touch, it's very important because that makes an impression like nothing else can.
Generations of Quad Cityans have entrusted their most treasured belongings to the Putnam, knowing they would be preserved for the public benefit. Each of the museum's 170,000 artifacts and specimens can educate and touch people in ways that written words alone cannot. The Putnam is dedicated to responsibly bringing more of its collection out of storage to enlighten visitors. Recently, the Putnam partnered with local business owner Janet Masamoto to bring items from the Japanese collection to the public in an exhibit that has special meaning.
When I was about 7 or 8 months old, my family, we were interned. We were taken from our home in Los Angeles and housed in the horse stalls at the Santa Anita racetracks before we were put on trains to go to posts in Arizona. My parents had told me that you could only take what you could carry, everything else stayed. So they lost everything that they had. During the time that we were putting this exhibit together, my mother passed away, and just shortly after that, she was just so present that I wanted to have this exhibit in there in my parents' honor. It was something that I think my mother would have really loved. To see the samurai garment, I never realized that the pieces in there, there's brocaded fabric, there's lacquered wood. The woodblock artwork is very unique in that each color is a different block. I think the preservation and the display of these artifacts is so important for our future generations, for the children who maybe don't see this or read this in books, that they'll have an opportunity to come and see what the past was like.
Area school systems and dedicated teachers strive to help our children reach their potential every day. Yet we know that not all children learn in the same way. People absorb information better when they see real artifacts up close, when they use their hands to explore and interact with exhibits, and when they experience Imax films. Most importantly, the museum's educational programs reach children of all abilities and learning styles. The impact is not only felt by students, but also by teachers, like retired educator Sharon Storbeck.
I see the Putnam as an educator's part of the family. The biggest enrichment that you can provide your students with, your classroom with, is giving them the Putnam experience. It doesn't matter if the child is the student that excels in the classroom or whether it's a child that does not know where they're going to sleep or wake up or where their next meal is coming from. Each one of those children is given a special key to open a treasure chest. The Putnam is the best enrichment that we can possibly find. See, I really can't imagine not having the Putnam around. It's just been a part of my life, all my life.
From the beginning, the Putnam has been a destination for families, offering a unique opportunity for parents and grandparents to talk with their children about their own lives growing up, about the world as it is, and how we're shaping the future for all of us. Learning together about people and lands throughout time and across the globe creates strong connections that can last a lifetime.
Michael started coming with us when he was, before walking, we came in strollers and things. And he's been coming ever since.
That mountain lion looks kind of fierce too.
It's something for him to do, and he asks every week. He wants to come. Is it time yet? Are they open yet? I find that it's entertaining and educational for him.
Now we can go down to the mummies.
I think that it does strengthen our relationship just because it's a special time between us. We get to do it when the parents don't really have the time to come with him, and we get to spend more time with him doing fun things. It's a good place to go with kids, and it is a good place for the community, something that you don't find in every community.
From taking the bus on a Saturday morning to roam the museum's halls, to going on a school field trip to see the mummies for the first time, to taking your children or grandchildren to their first giant screen Imax film, the Putnam Museum has provided generations of our community's residents with memorable experiences.
The future generation really needs something to look back on and to take ownership of. And I think this is something that the Putnam offers.
How many of us are ever going to be able to travel to Egypt, China, or Japan? The Putnam just brings it all home.
Building on the strength of what these experiences have meant to Quad Cityans of all ages, the Putnam is poised to make an even greater impact on the future vitality of our community.